What's going on? It's your boy DJ R. Cole, and I am with the Queen.
What's up, fam?
And you are tuned in again to another edition of Boss Talk. And we got my man Todd in the building. Todd, tell us a little bit about you, my man.
Well, there's not a whole lot to say. I love the roller skate.
Whoa.
So we connected quickly on that level. And, of course, our affinity for music, I think, made it easy.
Definitely music. So how long have you been roller skating?
7 years.
7 years.
I skated as a young child, kind of gave it up at 12 maybe, and got inspired 7 years ago by my 3-year-old daughter.
Hey,
Wow.
all right.
Bought her a pair of skates for Christmas.
Mhm.
She put them on. She instantly could skate. And it was kind of like, oh, wow. And as a dad, having his first daughter and only daughter, it was kind of like, okay, how do I connect? What are some of the things that we can do together to connect on? Because this is my first time being a dad to a young girl. So took her to the skating rink. At that time, it was Alameda. And the lady who was like the manager there, she was like, how long has she been skating? I said, well, this is her second time being at a rink. And she said, she's a natural. And I was like, okay, that's a compliment, thank you. But she said, you should bring her every week. So at that moment, she planted a seed. And I started bringing her every week. And I remember coming on a Sunday for the first time. And that's when I started realizing, oh, wow, there are adults that still skate.
Still out there doing it.
On a
Still
serious
doing
note.
it. Yeah, still doing it.
And they for real.
Yeah.
And they make it look easy.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
What I like is that, your daughter kind of brought that back out of you.
Yeah, reinvigorated you.
Yeah, growing up in the earlier days, roller skating was a family pastime. That's what you did.
Yeah.
After church,
Yeah.
you went to the skating rink. After,
And it
family
was one of the
reunion.
more affordable pastimes that families can enjoy, though.
Right. So the fact that you started, you stopped, and you came back, it was always in you, but it must have been in your daughter's blood because she picked it right up.
Right. It was kind of amazing in a sense. It was like, wow, I see the kids learn all the time, and I'm like, I see it's a struggle because talking to one of our friends, I asked him, I said, why you think adults don't skate? Because they don't want to fall? And his answer was, because it's hard.
Wow.
He said, as simple as that, it's hard. He said, you think about what we do and just learning to move as a skater who has a little bit of experience, it's hard. When you learn something new, it's hard. Nothing's easy. So I'm just thankful to be back.
Yeah.
I'm thankful to be bitten by the bug. Because, when I was young, I just skated around.
Yeah.
But when I came back to it, I saw so much more into it.
Right.
And the connection between that and music, it was a forced marriage for me.
Yeah. So you were skating, and then you turned into a skater.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about music, because me and you both were music heads. We always so you guys know he's actually he's in Houston, Texas. We're in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
He is part of the Houston skate family here. But you're originally from
Charleston, West Virginia.
Charleston, West
Wow.
Virginia. So when you were skating back in Charleston, West Virginia, now I think Charleston, West Virginia, I'm thinking cows. You were skating with cows and stuff like that.
It's no more country than it is in Houston.
Oh, okay.
Did they have more than one rink, or was in your town?
They had
one or
two rinks,
Okay.
one on one end of the town and one on the other end of town.
Now, are they still open, do you know? Or?
Neither one of them are still open.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was the music back then?
I don't think that it was something that we paid real close attention to.
Because you were just skating.
Because we were just skating.
Something to
So as far as the music, it was, whatever popular songs were out, that's what they were playing. There wasn't, I didn't notice, because maybe because I was so young.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was go fast.
Right, okay.
So it wasn't something that was a part of. And actually at the skating rink as a teenager, the teens used to come and they didn't skate, they came to dance.
Yes.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I remember those days,
that's when I kind of stopped skating, because skating wasn't as cool.
Yeah.
Everybody was dancing and all the girls were by the dance
so
floor.
that's where the girls were.
Exactly.
Now the truth comes out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Was you over there dancing too?
Nah, I was more of a watcher.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Creep squad.
So when you're skating, our tagline is like skate music.
Right.
because we love skate music. So skate music has a lot of different meanings to a lot of different people. It's not a particular style of music.
Right.
I would say it's basically how the music makes you feel as a skater. That's what I would say. So how would you describe skate music?
Skate music to me is all about tempo.
Mm-hmm.
Some music has a higher tempo, some has a lower tempo, but everybody's different. So
Right.
you're going to connect with that music in a different way. Whereas you might like to skate fast, so you need something with a higher tempo to really get into the music.
Right.
Because I feel like if you're really in tune with skating, the way that we are, there's a point where you kind of lose yourself in the music, and it doesn't matter if there's 100 people around or you're by yourself. It's still that same exhilarating feeling.
Yeah.
And for me, it's my tempo. I can go release, decompress, get rid of all the stresses and problems that go on in our everyday life, and just get into me, and not think.
Yeah.
And I'm an analytical person, so sometimes giving myself an opportunity to not think puts me in a happy place.
I understand that because sometimes I don't like to think either. I just like to sit back and just, I don't know nothing. Don't even talk to me. So what's your preferred music that gets you in the groove of skating? Like, you'll be sitting on the sideline and you'll be like, oh, okay, music, so, all right. And then something comes on and you're like,
that go-to
that's
song.
me. Yeah, like that's me.
I don't have a go-to song because I love new music. So when I hear something new that is in that medium tempo that catches my ear, that's musical, that's my go-to. My go-to is neo soul, soul, R&B. Like I said, medium tempo, something that you can either skate slow or you can skate faster to it. But that's my preferred.
Yeah.
So if I was DJing, they'd be mad at me. They'd be like, he playing this slow music all night long. What's wrong with him?
Yeah.
So your job is hard.
Yeah.
You know what? It is hard, and
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, how do you decide what is skate music? Like when you're DJing, like because you're saying as a skater, you like neo soul kind of, moving music. But how do you decide like what is good music to skate to? Like, how do you come up with? Because you listen to all kind of different music, and then you decide, oh, I'm gonna put this on at the rink versus in a club.
Well, I know when we had that interview with Arson that time, he mentioned when you're in the DJ booth, you see everything that everybody else doesn't see.
Right.
So you really have to pay attention to what's going on the floor, and you have to know the skaters too. I've known you for a while. I know you like that neo soul, kind of smooth, kind of something you can vibe to. I know this person over here, they like this, they like that. So you have to find a happy marriage, which is not easy. Sometimes it doesn't happen. So. But as far as the whole skate scene, like, what do you think of the skate scene today?
I don't feel like I was a part of it back in the early 80s and 90s. Well, not early 80s, more so the 90s. I wasn't a part of it then, so I can't speak on that. But what I can say is, even in television and radio, I see a resurgence of skating.
Yeah, we said it before.
And first of all, I want to thank y'all because you guys are taking on that responsibility to uplift it.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? just to bring it back and because it's good, clean fun. It's good exercise. There's really nothing bad that comes from it. It just kind of got pushed to the left because there were new things that came out. But it didn't have to go anywhere. But we can bring it back, and it seems like that a lot of people are participating that didn't used to. So,
right.
like I said, thank y'all for doing what you're doing because all you're doing is adding to the skate community. You're giving us more opportunities to experience the skate life.
Yeah, appreciate that. You really have to keep the what's the word I'm looking for? You have to keep
momentum
going.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And when the momentum slows down, that seems when other people start to slow down too because they're not aware of what's going on.
Right.
So in the skate community, as is having this resurgence right now, and I've said this before, you have to tap into it. And keep that momentum going.
And then what are some of the things though? Like what are some of the things that you see that we can do as a community to draw people back in or to keep people interested and motivated on the wood?
I think the biggest thing is to have consistency when it comes to your, skate sessions and things of that nature, because what I found is people will come. They might just come to meet a friend. Oh, I'm not skating. Right. And then they might end up skating. And then the next thing you know, they come back next week and the week after that. So I think as skaters, it's our responsibility to try to introduce other people to doing it. Right. Even if they're adults and say, oh, I ain't skated in years. Well, you ought to come out. Yeah. You might pick it back up. So, and the other big thing is just the youth. I think it's our job to get our kids into it, get our grandkids, nieces, nephews, cousins. I've taken a bunch of kids to the skating rink to just live in my area. Like, hey, you want to go skate? Yeah. All right, go ask your mom. Yeah. So I think that's how it used to be back in the day. Yeah. We all had somebody in our neighborhood that would get us together.
Now they're behind all these games.
Exactly.
And, they don't want to get out and do anything. It's like, oh, we can sit in the house behind the TV or behind our games.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You got to start them kind of early.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't wait until they're 13 and they already have a personality of their own and a way of thinking before you introduce them to that kind of stuff. Yeah. Like my daughter, I started when she was 3. So she didn't know anything about video games. Yeah, she might have known what a tablet was, but she couldn't even read. Exactly.
There's a lot of distractions out there.
A whole lot. And I noticed that the kids need so much visual stimuli that it's like, wow, if it's not moving, they can't watch it.
Right. Yeah, I noticed that with a lot of folks too. They like to see something. They like to be entertained. And we're living in a day and age now where entertainment is everything. Everything's about likes. Everything's about views and everything like that. So it's hard to get them to step away from their phones, step away from their laptops for 2 or 3 hours and just, hey, come get some exercise, come listen to some music, come roll around, get some, some good, healthy family fun and just network with people.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember we used to go to the drive-in and somebody's mama had the station wagon. Everybody just get in.
Everybody had that one station wagon that 30 people could fit in. I know because my grandfather had one. And you didn't have to wear a seatbelt to sit in the back either. Kids just flying all over the place to hit a bump. So
the good old days.
Yeah. So where do you see roller skating headed towards? Or what would you like to see?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm not gonna give it a ceiling.
What would you like to see for us as a community as a whole? Like, where would you like to see us go?
I can only speak on Houston because I've skated a few other places, a few other cities, but not consistently enough to know how it is in those areas. But for Houston, I think that the family's growing as far as our skate family. The thing that I would like to see most is for people to make their own decisions based upon how they feel, not how someone else feels about this person, that person. Be an individual. Don't let any one person, don't let any rink owner take that joy from you. Yeah. Because if you truly love this, it's not about the other people. Yeah. It's not about, like I said, the owners and people that do parties or anything. It's not about that. Yeah. It's about coming together, doing something that you love. And I know y'all feel it because I feel it anytime I go to a party. I feel the love.
Oh, yeah.
I feel the love because it's like the energy is in the air.
Yes, it is.
So when you get around people that love what you love, it's like, man, this is great. Right. I don't want to come down.
Yeah. It's interesting because you go to a skate party and there'll be people who have never been to a skate party. Yeah. They come and they're like, man, I didn't know y'all was doing it like this, man. There's no problems. There's normally no fights, nothing. I mean, everybody's just there to do what they love to do. And that's to roller skate, Now, of course, there's a difference between the skate parks then and now, but still the whole purpose is for us to come together as a unit and push the skate culture forward. And I'm always a person to say, you know what, let's not just advertise to roller skaters. Let's advertise to the people outside of the roller skate circle too, because they need to be aware of what's going on. You know, so they don't think that, oh well, it's gone, is dead. Because I hate hearing, oh, roller skating's coming back. It ain't came back. It's been there. Y'all just didn't know about it.
Right.
You know, but it's our duty as roller skaters to make sure we get that out there so people will know, hey, y'all can still come skating, still have fun, even if you don't know how to skate. Like, come and watch.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but a majority of the time, you'll come in as
A watcher.
a watcher,
And then you wind up skating.
and you end up being a skater.
But
Yeah.
it's also important that we do go out because the rinks can't function financially without us. I mean, if you have an adult night or a teen night and you only have 15 teens in the building, well, that's not going to sustain that event over and over again. So we have to support the things that the rink owners are putting out there for us, that we're asking for, and, you know, bring other people in so that we can have this for us to be out there and support the rinks as they support us.
Yeah. No doubt, no doubt. So we're not going to take up any more of your time, but you got stuff to do. So, but, you know, I appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. You know, definitely being in Houston, being a Houston skater, you know, I've had to DJ for you. You had to skate to my DJ.
We still here. We still here. We still here.
Still here. They still.
So something right.
Yeah. Something must have been doing something good. But I always appreciated your support. You know, support is something that is unfortunately hard to come by sometimes in the skate community. So hopefully we can start to bridge that gap and just say, you know, like you said, just go to skate. It's for everybody.
Right.
You know, just because it's something that you don't like about that rink or something that you don't like about that person doesn't mean you're there for them. You're there for yourself.
Exactly.
So, and you know,
Find the good in it.
Find the good in it.
And there's
Find
good
the
in
good
all.
in it. Yeah. It's usually always something good you can focus on, and that's what we need to focus on, because unfortunately we focus more on the negative than the positive. You know, so now it's time to start focusing on some of this positive.
Yeah.
So,
And once again, I want to thank you guys for doing what you're doing.
I want to thank you. Have you downloaded the app?
Yes, I have.
And what do you think of the app? Tell the people what you think about the app.
I'll tell you this. I started listening to the radio station, and I was like, "This jamming, this jamming," and I had to start giving it to my friends.
yeah.
So I started sharing it, piggyback on what you said about getting people involved that aren't in the skate community.
Yeah.
I started sharing it with friends that don't skate. And I'm like, this is just good music.
Good
So-
music is good music.